Hey, I'm Catherine and this is my dog Teddy. A year and a half ago, I got a nose job in Turkey and I'm here to answer a few questions. He got his nose from me. In case you're wondering, he got his nose from me. I've wrote down a few questions. Every day I get questions on my nose job. I made a few videos on TikTok, so if you want any more nose job content, have a look on my TikTok because I made loads of videos of it. So here is what my nose is looking like. I got my nose job done in 2023, so it has been a year and a half. I'm so happy with how my nose is looking, like I'm really happy with it. I did have a full open rhinoplasty, so I do have a small discreet scar at my septum, but you actually can't really see it. My own mum didn't even know that I had a scar there because it was so discreet. The first question I always get asked is how much did it cost? It cost £4,600 and I paid in pounds in cash. And I paid a £400 deposit which I paid through bank transfer. It's important to note that in Turkey it seems to be the prices fluctuate depending on what you need done, and they seem to increase slightly every single year. I had been looking into getting a nose job for years, so I had asked different surgeons for quotes over the years, and from my research, the prices seem to change every year. It also depends on what you need done. So for instance, if you've had a nose job before and this is a revision rhinoplasty, I think that's more expensive. My second question, I always get asked, who is my surgeon? My surgeon was Dr Mehmet Nurettin Kiral. He is based in Istanbul, Turkey, and I would really recommend him. I'm really happy with my results. If you look on his Instagram, he has thousands of before and after pictures, which made me feel really confident that I would get the results that I was looking for, because it's such a big investment. Getting a nose job, obviously it's on your face. It was really important to me that I got the results that I was looking for. Yeah. Teddy's gonna take over. A lot of people always ask me why I went to Turkey to get a nose job instead of getting it done here in the UK. Turkey is just the hub for plastic surgery. There's loads of very highly skilled plastic surgeons in Turkey. This was a decision that I took seriously, and I done a lot of research before booking my surgery. It's really common for people to get nose jobs or any form of surgery in Turkey, whereas in the UK, again, loads of very well-trained plastic surgeons, but I just wasn't confident that I would get the results that I was looking for, so I went to Turkey. It wasn't to do with the price, because all in all, I probably spent just as much going to Turkey as I would if I'd stayed in the UK, because obviously I had to pay for flights. I paid for my flights, and I also took my sister with me because she was very kind to be my travel companion. I always get asked, how was the recovery process? For me, the recovery was very smooth. I'm quite scared of needles. I'm scared of pain. I am a bit of a baby, to be honest. So I was really surprised at how smoothly it all went. This video is not sponsored in any way. This is just my own experience. And I think you should also bear in mind that everyone's experience is different, but I had kind of anticipated it to be worse than what it was. I had a really good experience. I had a really smooth recovery. I was never in any pain, which I did not expect at all, because even if I get a paper cut, I find it sore. Like, I'm a baby. The worst part for me was at my post-op appointment, which was 6 days after my surgery, when I got my cast off. So my surgeon looked at my nose and took off my cast, and then he pressed down on my nose just to make sure everything was in the right place. It was really sore. But that was the only time that I was in pain. So yeah, I would recommend my surgeon. My surgeon's name is Dr Mehmet Nurettin Kiral. I will leave his, I don't really know how to edit on YouTube, but I will find a way to insert his name, maybe here, or I'll put it in the caption below. He's got Instagram, he's got TikTok. What I found funny about a lot of surgeons in Turkey, a lot of them are really good at social media marketing. Compared to the UK, there was a few clinics that I got quotes from here in the UK, and a lot of them said that I would have to pay a £300 consultation fee before I could see any of their before and afters, which was non-refundable, which kind of put me off a lot of surgeons in the UK. But in Turkey, a lot of the surgeons have amazing social media content. They have got thousands of before and after pictures on Instagram and on TikTok, so you can see, you know, real results. It made me feel really confident that I would get the results that I wanted with Dr Mehmet Nurettin Kiral. Okay, why did I decide to go with my surgeon? Again, because I seen a lot of his work on social media. I reached out to a few of his patients just to get their experience and to see if they would recommend him, and I got so many glowing reviews. So yeah, I would really recommend my surgeon. What is the time scale of booking the surgery to when I actually got the surgery done? So here is the time scale. I booked my surgery the 11th of February 2023, which is almost 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. The earliest availability they could give me was the 28th of March 2023. I knew my sister was going to come with me, so she was kind of restricted to when she could get off work. So summertime suited me, so I booked my surgery for the 28th of July 2023. I brought my sister with me and we had a holiday in Istanbul, and it was lovely to see Istanbul. We had never been there before, and because I was feeling well, like the day after my surgery, my sister's so funny. She had me trailing round Zara. She had me trailing round Zara a day after surgery, because I mean I was feeling really well. Like I didn't need any pain medication. I just looked a bit crazy because I had a big cast on my face and I was getting some strange looks, but I felt fine. Next question. Did I have any breathing problems? No, I didn't. My surgery was purely cosmetic. A lot of people, I think, wanted me to tell them like a pure traumatic story about why I wanted a nose job. I wanted a nose job because it just looks better. I didn't have any breathing problems. As soon as I woke up from surgery, I could breathe through my nose because I had these nostril retainers that were hollow in the middle, and I could breathe kind of normally through them. So yeah, I didn't have any breathing problems before, and I would say my breathing is actually better now than it was prior, but I didn't have any breathing problems. Was there a language barrier? A wee bit, but I mean I was in Turkey, so I wouldn't expect everyone to be able to speak English. My surgeon's English was perfect. There was no language barrier there. His assistant also spoke great English. She was lovely. And a lot of the nurses didn't really speak much English, but I still felt really understood. And they were really great. And the maybe two or three nurses that seen me in the hospital, they were really caring and really empathetic, I guess I would say, even though they didn't really speak much English. So I'm quite scared of needles. And the nurses were really great. They made me feel really calm and really reassured me, even though they couldn't speak perfect English. Yeah, I had a really great experience. Oh yeah, timescale. I spent 9 days in total in Istanbul. That was partly because of the days that I could get direct flights. So I was flying from Edinburgh in Scotland to Istanbul in Turkey. So I flew on Wednesday the 26th of July and I flew home on Friday the 4th of August. So that was 9 days in total. And that was kind of just because of the days that I could get direct flights, because I couldn't think of anything worse than having to get a stopover on the way home. I could have stopped over in London or something, but I just wanted home to my own bed. Oh yeah, I wrote down a time scale of when I got my surgery. So I flew from Edinburgh to Istanbul on Wednesday the 26th of July 2023. My consultation was on the 27th of July, At my consultation, we edited a picture of my nose. So I had a few screenshots of the results that I was looking for. The surgeon took a picture of my face and my nose, and we both edited it together he put it up on a kind of projector. So we edited what my nose was going to look like. So we just discussed what I was looking for. My nose before, I'll insert a picture. This is what my nose looked before. So I was confident before I got a nose job, but I just didn't really like my nose, and I knew my face would look better with a nose job. And I'd wanted it for a few years. This was not an easy decision to make. I had really thought about this. I'd really done my research. So at the consultation, I had a few pictures of work that Dr Kiral had done before. So I showed him those pictures, and I'd also made edits of my nose. I'll also insert these. This was what I was aiming for. We both discussed the results that were achievable. He asked me, about my health, and I paid the rest of my money. So yeah, he also felt my nose. He had a look inside my nose to see if I had a deviated septum, or I don't really know, bogies. I don't really know what he was looking for up there. But yeah, that's what happened at my consultation. And then the next day was my surgery. So Friday the 28th of July 2023 is when I got my nose job. On the day of the surgery, I got to the hospital at 7 a.m. This was what the hospital was called. If you want to have a look at it online, or yeah. I got to the hospital at 7 a.m. The hospital room looked like a luxury hotel room. I have never seen anything like this in the UK. No shade on the UK. It had an ensuite, and in the bathroom it was like, I'll also insert pictures of this. There was marbled, tiles in the bathroom. It was really modern. I had a lovely view out the window. So my sister came with me, and she had a sofa bed, which was like an armchair that you just pulled out the bed. So she stayed over at the hospital with me, which was really nice. The morning of the surgery, so I arrived at the hospital at 7 a.m. I was really nervous about this. At 8 a.m. I got my blood taken, so they done all the blood work that they had to do. I also filled in some paperwork as well. And then I got my surgery, kind of late morning time. I don't actually know what time I went for surgery. It was maybe about, maybe 9:30 maybe. But by 11 a.m. I was taking selfies. I'll insert the selfies somewhere here. By 2 p.m. I was eating lunch. I will also insert it there. 5 p.m. I had dinner. One thing I will say, in that hospital, I was taken care of. I got breakfast, lunch and dinner. The nurses were coming in all the time to make sure I was okay. On Saturday the 29th of July, I got discharged from hospital. So I stayed in the hospital for one night, and then I got discharged the next morning. So just before 7 a.m. I was woken up to a Turkish breakfast, which was a lot of just a whole selection of different foods and stuff, which was lovely to try. And again, I felt really fine. Like, I felt really well after surgery. I thought I was going to feel, really groggy, but I actually felt fine. At 10 a.m, I got a taxi back to the hotel. And then at 12 p.m, me and my sister went for a McDonald's because I just wanted some form of comfort food. I also went to Zara and went shopping. So that's how well I was feeling, literally one day post-op. The days after, I just basically had a holiday in Istanbul. I felt fine. Some days I felt maybe a wee bit tired. I was also icing my face quite a lot. I had to put an ice pack kind of over my eyes. On Thursday, the 3rd of August, 6 days post-op, I got my cast off, and I had warned my sister. Me and my sister have a very typical sister relationship. If she doesn't like something that I'm wearing, she'll tell me. So I had warned my sister. I had warned her. To be honest, I had warned my sister. I'd said to her, you better work on your reaction. See, when this cast comes off, I don't care if you don't like it. She better be like, wow, it's so nice. Like, I had warned her that her reaction better be good, because I think a lot of people forget, when you get your cast off 6 days post-op, I only had my nose broken 6 days ago. So it was very swollen, but I could tell that I was going to like the shape. I'll insert a picture. As you can see, my nose looks very different. When I first got my cast off, my nose was very swollen. I'd already prepared myself. That's not the end result. It was very swollen. But yeah, I was still happy with how it was looking, and I knew that once the swelling went down, I was going to love it. I was pretty confident. And again, I'd already prepared myself for, I expected there to be swelling. So yeah, when I got my cast off, my surgeon checked my nose. He said everything looks good. He told me all my aftercare, and my sister's reaction was fine. But I FaceTimed my mum. I sent pictures to my mum, and she went, so I FaceTimed her, and she was like, as long as you're happy. I was like, so yeah, that was one of the reasons I didn't take my mum, because she would not have coped well with blood, or because I mean, it wasn't pretty. A few days after, I mean, I had gauze under my nose. Again, I'll insert a picture. I had gauze under my nose because there was quite a lot of blood. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. So my sister's reaction was good. She was she was well trained. I could have flown home after 7 days, but I flew home on Friday the 4th of August because that was the only day that I could get a direct flight back home to Edinburgh from Istanbul. If you're thinking about getting surgery done, don't go into it lightly. Like, you do have to do your research. Honestly, I done years of research. Last question, do I have any regrets? No, I don't have any regrets. I'm glad that I waited and I really thoroughly done my research and explored all different options, and I looked at surgeons in the UK, I looked at loads of different surgeons in Turkey, and I'm glad that I went with the surgeon that I went with, because I'm really happy with my results and I had a really great experience. People always ask me if I'm going to get any more surgery done. For now, no. But I'm not saying never. I mean, maybe one day. Maybe. If I had all the money in the world, would I potentially get stuff done? Maybe. But for now, I'm really happy with my nose. I feel like I was really lucky with my recovery process because it went really smoothly. And I know surgery doesn't always go smoothly, but I had a really great experience. And if you want to see more of my content, follow my TikTok because I post on TikTok nearly every day. Thank you for watching. If you have any more questions, write them in the comments below. Oh my god, I feel like a YouTuber. Bye. Bye. Thanks for watching.